How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the 1858 Maynard Carbine. This rifle was used in the Civil War by both sides if they got their hands on it. This was revolutionary for the time. It is a breech-loading lever type of rifle or carbine, and it's a cavalry carbine because you see the big sling cavalry ring, they call it. And these are just very, very unique rifles. This was designed by Edward Maynard, and it was produced by the Massachusetts Arm Company in the 1850s and 60s. It was just revolutionary for the Civil War, especially because, like I said, everyone's using breech loaders, and this is a much more sophisticated system. This rifle is even more interesting because it is, or it was said to have belonged to Captain Josiah Tattnall, which was a Navy veteran before the Civil War, and then he joined the Confederate Army in the Civil War and served on that side. And I'll show you guys that stuff later, but first let's go into the details and features. It is a breech loading swing down type of action. You would have a brass cased round, 50 caliber, and there was no primer on it. So it was just an empty faced round, and you would load that in there, close this up, and then as you cock this hammer, in here there was a roll of percussion caps, and what it would do is feed it onto this lip, and it's almost like the cap guns, the toy cap guns from when everyone was kids, and they load these percussion caps, and as you can see, that gear turns. So that would load that onto that percussion thing, and it would shoot spark down into that round, igniting the black powder and sending your round through. So that's a very kind of high-end system, and this was serial number 199. And there's your roll, your tape roll of primers, and just amazing, amazing rifle. Revolutionary for the time. Also, it was, here's your Maynard Arms Company stamp. It's very faint and hard to see, but it is there. Washington. And then on this side, this is your manufactured by Massachusetts Arms Company in Chicopee Falls. And once again, I don't know if I showed this. If I can get this off. This also spins this dial also spins this if need be. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But extremely cool carbine. Your sight's just a standard sight. A lot of them had a flip up rear sight that would, flip up and give you adjustability, but this one does not have that. Your little saddle ring, and now I'll go into the very interesting stuff, which is the possible Josiah Tattnall connection. So if you see right there, it says KJT. I'll try to get maybe there. And JT, that's not Josiah Tattnall. That was a man by the name of John Taylor, and he was a Union inspector, and he inspected a lot of these rifles. But this rifle, serial number 199, is so early that I believe it was said that the first 200 or the first 400 were sent as basically trials rifles to the U.S. Cavalry. And with that being said, who else, a lot of other people that like shorter carbines are probably naval officers, and or naval high figures. And that's exactly what Josiah Tattnall was. So that's probably the connection that this has. The first 200 to 400 were sent to the cavalry. Then Tattnall got his hands on one, possibly this one, and tested it and really liked it. And he ordered, after he's left the Navy, the Union Navy, he joined the Confederates and ordered 650 of these rifles into Georgia, and they were known as the Tattnall Maynard procurement or something. It's something along the lines of that. And 650 of them were ordered there. So this may have been what inspired it, this rifle right here, because this is not a Confederate or a this was not inspected by Georgia. This was John Taylor. If it had Georgia, it would be G.A inspection markings. And in the patchbox back here, there's another roll of the tape. You can see two of the percussion little nipples, I guess you could call them. And if you can see back there, Captain Josiah Tattnall, USA, serial number 199. And this was my grandpa's rifle. Not sure what sparked him to say that this was his rifle, but he was a very intelligent man, and he knew a lot about the Civil War, and I mean a lot. So I wish I could have asked him more about this, because I would love to know. But when he was around, I was too young, and I just had no interest in this type of very interesting stuff. And I hope to one day shoot this thing. I can't imagine it will ever happen, because I don't know where you'll find cartridges for this thing over, 150 years later. So it's very unlikely that this will ever get shot, but you never know. Maybe the opportunity will find itself and I'll get a round or two. And I have some of the caps still in the stock. The ones on there don't seem to have anything left that are actually in it, but you never know. Here's a sight picture for you guys. This one's very hard to get, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my kind of explanation on the Maynard and this specific Maynard. This is a first model, and just super interesting rifle. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.